Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Island TV right here on Win Media SKN Friday.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Why the week went by so fast,
Jade,
but it
tell
was
me
so
about
busy.
it. Tell me about it, Jade.
Oh my gosh, it was a busy week, boy.
I am
Lord.
tired, and the weekend is coming, and Monday I'm gonna be out of it. I don't know.
But January is done. Remember, this was our free trial for 2022. Sorry, my Kittian accent was kicking just now. Yes, January was the free trial for 2022. So that means you have 2 more days to wild out. After that, when February was 3.
Yeah, probation period done.
Yeah, when the probation period done, don't bring this behavior over into February, please. Let us leave this behavior in January, okay? Y'all have done the most. I think this might have been the most festive January we've ever had.
But I mean, January always got some energy going on.
Yeah, but man, if it does have this much.
Yeah.
This month had something every single day, it felt like.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard some rumor that.
Yeah, Jade, it's true. I know it. You're talking about.
What are you saying?
You're about to talk about a situation alleged that there were people. Wait, you know how people make this joke about, oh, you always late, Jamie late for your own funeral.
Boy.
Somebody.
I don't think that was late. Imagine they had to listen.
That they call it Uber?
So allegedly, there was a funeral that happened. It was yesterday.
I think so.
I think it was yesterday.
I didn't even know the whole story. I remember my mother just gave me
I believe this, Dino. But allegedly, there was a funeral happening yesterday. And while everybody went to the burying ground to wait on the body, the body was at the church waiting on the people.
They forgot a very important part of the funeral.
Important part of the funeral.
I mean, people forget things. So people forget things sometimes.
Yeah, like you forget beats, you forget a pamphlet.
I've been to a funeral before, and the person was being encased in a tomb, and the man forget his trowel. So he had to use some cardboard to spread the concrete.
That's understandable.
A piece of board, yeah.
But I don't know how you forget the whole person.
Yeah. The person that.
So what the hearse went with?
I think the hearse stayed at the. Cause the person must have been in the hearse. Where's it was gonna be? Where's it was gonna be?
I don't know. I heard it was by.
They went to the back. Like, I don't understand.
So if the hearse was at the church, where was the people driving the hearse? Where was the people driving the hearse, Adam?
Questions that need answers, Jade.
I tell you, this week's these questions coming out of this week have been puzzling me.
Yeah, but it's been a week.
It's been a week.
Because
how do you forget the most important person?
January ending strong. I must say, ending strong.
We have 3 more days. A lot can happen, eh?
But I mean, understand.
I tell you, we all find it hard to believe that the body who was supposed to be at the burying ground, the most important part of this funeral was not.
Sometimes, family is in so much grief.
As him know, I feel like
so much grief that some minor details get.
As him, so who that was following to the burying ground?
Then the burying ground be they just making.
They just walk. Everybody was just walking. Nobody realized that the hearse isn't there. The hearse.
Jade, nobody watching for the hearse. You know what it is, Jade? This is one of them situations where it's everybody think it's somebody else's responsibility. Like if
you know what,
if my family member or some friend or whatever, my job ain't to make sure that they reach up there. My job is to go up there and make a big scene and ball and lot of snot running on my nose and so.
Ever since I lock up the funeral director, things going left. Ever since I lock up the funeral director and him, things going left.
See what happened now? And that's the thing, you don't miss people until.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see?
You don't realize how important people are until
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to I about them,
Yeah, bye.
Somebody or that man have apology.
Bye.
Please, let's put things back into the balance that they belong in. Apologize to the funeral director so we don't have these mishaps happening again. Because I'm telling you.
What a world we live in.
What a time, eh? What a time,
life, yeah.
I lock up a funeral director. If it couldn't be my funeral, then I'd wake up. I
actually kind of waiting for that part of the story to come out.
That the person wake up?
Probably drive themselves.
Yeah, imagine.
Probably drive themselves. Because you're just there in the back waiting like, hey, what going on?
Behind it, probably hot. You realize you started. You just wake up, push the casket, look around, realize nobody but you and God. And it's him you're trying to meet. And they keep in your back.
Imagine you just up there, right? We just up there outside the pearly gates. St. Peter there chilling. And the two are there, like, Peter's watching him, watching, like, bye. We gotta wait for your body to go in the ground, King.
Yeah, like, man, if you see what's going on.
You want some refreshments? You have some magazines.
I told you that.
The magazines really is the Bible.
I feel like you should go down and let them know, like, things ain't going how it's supposed to. Like, I feel like you should alert them to the situation.
But you know, the people just coming up, passing you. You just up there waiting.
That's like when you claim to know the promoter for the event and they just come by the gate.
Ah, yes.
And
yes.
and the inside and you can't find them.
You can't find them. You're calling, phone ringing.
Yeah,
phone there.
That's how I feel like this went. Like the man, they're just trying to get to heaven, man, and you keep him at the man.
Keep him at the man. Bye.
Terrible, eh? Apologize to the funeral director, mine, and things will be back in the balance that it's supposed to be in.
They mess up the balance, that's all.
Yeah, you ever see how nicely he dressed?
What do you mean, sharp?
But I only noticed when he got locked up, you know.
Stepping razor.
What? I only realized when he got locked up. But I said,
Dangerous.
the man is the best dressed person at this funeral.
Sharp, Jade.
Dressed to kill. No pun intended.
You realize somebody
dressed to death.
Hey, watch it. Some of these funeral homes, right? But you know what it is? I think the funeral home game getting competitive. Everybody's stepping up the game.
Yesterday, somebody
stepping up the game.
It wasn't yesterday. But our friends upstairs, Devon in particular.
Big up Cornelius.
Yeah, man. He was saying that, listen.
Man got cool last name, man.
By the funeral home in Nevis is so pristine.
On a level.
On a level. Listen, the man said, bye, are you ready? The man said, I wouldn't mind dying if this is where I'm going. I said, you're on your own with that. You're on your own with that. Listen, this funeral home.
I'm considering it, man.
Yeah, the man said he there rubbing on the coffin. I'm like,
Jade, I know we didn't have this for now, but I think this is the perfect segue into the story.
Which one?
About persons who
being denied healthcare?
No.
Oh, which one?
Who they ain't reach the ground yet either.
Hold on, let me go the one sheet.
You can't. Jade, this is absolute Jade pick.
Yeah, but I know what you mean.
Yes, that's where
before we get into the nonsense that you're doing as usual, let me just give you all the COVID update quickly.
It's tea time.
So as of Thursday, 27th January, we have 25 confirmed new cases, bringing the total to 5,393. But alas, we have 483 cases, bringing us even more under 500. We're getting there, friend.
But it's alas.
Alas, we're getting there.
I thought alas is a bad thing.
For sure? You sure?
I was so confused just now. Yeah,
sure?
Yeah, when you say alas.
Alas is a bad thing?
It's like.
I never heard it. Maybe
alas, like unfortunately. Use it like unfortunately.
Well, everybody has been using it wrong then.
What?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
What you been hearing using alas?
Everybody they be like, alas, we're here.
I need to go read Shakespeare. They'll go read some Shakespeare, bye.
I'm using words out of context.
Hamlet or something.
Okay, well, since alas is a bad thing.
But yay, we under 500.
You're under 500.
Bye, let me tell you something, right? I just want all these people
to feel better.
Just feel better. Just feel better.
That's all. We're not asking for much. Just want y'all to feel better. But alas, let's get into the bad part now. They're trying to kill us, you know. As in they're trying to kill us. I'm wholeheartedly convinced they're trying to kill us.
You think so?
As in.
Explain it.
Okay.
Because to me, these people done dead.
Well, they're trying to kill the rest of us. So, U.S. Cryonics, U.S. Cryonics lab currently keeping the heads and bodies of 200 people frozen with the hope to bring them back to life through advanced technology. For what?
Jade, this has been a thing for decades. I was surprised that this was a story, eh? Like, because I guess what happening is that maybe the price going down because
the price of what, Azim? The price of what?
being put in cryogenic status.
As in they died.
Yes. Jade.
So why we need to bring them back? We do not. We
It's not us to bring them back, you know.
Well, I know, man. Bring back the body.
Jade, I want to get into this business so bad.
You want to bring back people?
Jade, when you done that, you done give me $2 billion for me to keep you cool. But you get
yeah,
me?
literally you have to bring them back. You just have to tell them that you're bringing them back.
No. This is how it works, Jade.
Mm-hmm.
The belief is that at some point in the future, right? At some point in the future, we'll be able to take either the consciousness, the brain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And either transplant it into another body or bring the body back to life, right? Or at least the consciousness of the person, so the brain, right? So there are people who are paying companies to keep them frozen.
You're just telling me nonsense, right?
To keep them frozen until such technology exists. I am going to start one of these companies because my thing is, but when I don't get money.
In the world,
when I don't get your money.
You see, you might be somebody who just thinking about storing these people after they get their money. But there are people out there actually actively trying to bring them back, friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why? Let dead people rest.
Why?
What do you mean, why, friend?
If they could bring back Bob, I wouldn't vex.
Bob dead? Who's Bob?
Bob Marley.
Oh, Bob Saget.
Bob Marley.
Oh, Bob Marley.
You want to bring back Bob Saget?
I mean, it wouldn't him. I mean, you know.
Jade, if they could bring back Nipsey Hussle.
I was thinking about the latest Bob.
Oh.
Not, you know, the latest Bob that died. I mean, Bob who allegedly robbed the people, because I'm like, he ain't dead. He just fired.
That's Bill.
I mean, oh yes, it's Bill, not Bob.
That's Bill.
All these be names.
Yeah.
But so, everyday technology advances in so many ways to make our lives more efficient and convenient. But a U.S. lab is hoping to bring your deceased loved ones back among the living through the world of technology.
Love it.
A national cryonics lab currently has 200 heads and bodies frozen because...
What?
If they got heads alone...
Because the brain is considered the center of consciousness.
So what are they supposed to do with the head when it regenerate?
No, they'll take the brain out.
And put it in somebody else?
Yes. It don't have to be in somebody else. Maybe it might just be in a computer. Remember, the brain is a computer, yeah? The brain is a computer. It's a big motherboard.
Somebody said, bring back Jesus and ask him if it's true.
That runs on electricity. They didn't have ice at the time, Axman.
Yeah, that they don't gone.
Yeah, when Jesus passed,
he don't gone, man. He too far gone to come back.
And then that, yeah.
No, and plus y'all, when the man was here, y'all kill him.
But
so I wasn't coming back.
What Axman saying? Jesus been resurrected like how much? Jesus only was dead 3 days, yeah.
Oh, you sure?
Jesus waiting an hour with our technology?
The man said, no, I gonna get up myself. But yes, so this is weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
It is to me.
I don't know. Maybe I just been exposed to the wrong things on television or so. Because to me, this been a thing forever. Jay. There's people literally. But Jay, and I'm not. It's not that I don't. It's not that I don't see the appeal. I mean, I kind of... Okay, think about...
Oh, okay. As, you know what? Somebody just give me some figures and I would, you know. I would, your friend.
About how much it is to freeze yourself?
To freeze a head and 120K for full body.
Okay, so you understand why we choose the head.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. By that time, they probably have bionic legs anyway. So what you want your whole body for?
And he probably in the best.
Yeah, after when you're done tout your body after 50 years, like sometimes it may be a little pruny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that's saying stand me back out for me.
As a matter of fact, I'm watching a show right now, Cowboy Bebop.
What? Sorry.
Okay, so you're a real anime fan. Because if you're an anime fan, like Cowboy Bebop is a classic. But there's actually a live action version of it on Netflix right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's based in the future. So I can't remember the year. But yeah, there's people who one of the girls in the show, she was woken up from cryo sleep, but the people she doesn't have her identity, so she don't really know who she is.
Yeah, that may wonder. If I wake up, If I'm put to sleep in this way and I wake up, or if I die and this is how I preserve my body and I'm set to wake up, I want to remember.
See, my thing is this, like, I have thoughts all the time, like, what would my great-grandchildren be like? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, like, 10 generations from now, like, your carbon copy, like, come out. Like, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson look exactly like me.
That wouldn't be shocking. But
let's see what this call have to say. Good morning, caller 11 LNT. What's up?
I remember callers, please stick to the topic. Please don't throw us off and go talk about no palm tree that we ain't got nothing to do with it.
Lord of mercy. Good morning, caller 11 LNT. What's up?
Yes. Good morning, sir. I would have never done. Yeah. When I growing up as a boy, going cinema, they had a movie there they called Frankenstein. A different version.
Yeah.
They try to bring back, but then they get out of control and all kind of havoc and stuff. But
I remember Frankenstein.
I ain't even want to go this idea, but I just want to ask you something. If you ever heard about a studio they call A Studio, it was international because one of the latest branch was in Montserrat, where you destroyed from the eruption, the volcanic eruption in '95. They had the main one was in London, and then the other one was in Los Angeles. No, they were owned. They had a man named Bob Martin. He died there about 5 years ago. And when they do recording in one studio, where they had the location, you could follow up, join in and whatever. I just said a part, but then they went a little further now. You remember you had a radio station in Montreal called Gem Radio?
Yeah.
Okay. The Gem used to broadcast out of Chicago, you know. So and that was the main studio. And they had a branch in I think it was Sabre. So that was a long time ago. But you know there's a song by Malcolm McDonald and what's her name? She came here for music festival, man. Patti LaBelle. On my own. You know the song? Patti LaBelle and Malcolm McDonald. When they were doing the recording and they were seeing each other, they were hundreds of miles away in the U.S. I mean, you know, the U.S. is a huge country. But it was done through satellite communication. And that was a long time. So if you check and see when that song was recorded, I think it was in the, it could have been the early 80s. So to show you how long they've been doing that kind. I just basically me talk and where you all had there with something about people who were able to do recording separately.
All right.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So again, I know we love to talk about things that we speak about on the show, but let's try to stick to the topic because y'all has really throw us off. We'd just be so confused. Try to figure out what exactly we're talking about now. But yes,
But yeah, Jade.
the technology in you.
Jade, so let me ask you a question. If there was a way for you to, let me ask you a question. If you could go to the future, let's say, but you want to see how 30 years from now look. You know, you could go and see how it is and come back. You wouldn't be curious.
No, would I definitely would.
So that's all these people doing here. There's no way for them to jump forward in time. So what they're doing is freezing themselves to be able to hopefully wake up sometime in the future.
Hopefully. I mean, that's a lot of faith you have to put into humanity, eh?
Jade, not really, you know?
Yeah, because you hope that by the time you wake up,
Jade, what you forgetting? The people them done dead.
Oh, yeah, they really.
So, hey, like, to say that no, they done dead. They just say, like, well, I got this money. Like,
yeah.
Hey.
Hopefully one of y'all could figure it out and then y'all could bring me back.
If you got to spare, like, let's say you're about to die, your network is like $180 million. $20,000 down here for this little cool project here and say nothing.
No, I get you.
Yeah,
This
like
is for rich.
Yeah, this is
people.
for rich people there.
Yeah, the same for us.
Are people who just really fear have an issue with mortality. Like they fear their own mortality.
Yeah, but either way, you die. You don't die. So, like...
But they don't want it to be a permanent thing.
Yeah, but you have control over that at this point. You don't die.
They're actually doing something to try have some control. That's what I'm saying.
But it's no guarantee.
Yeah, that's all they could do. If he's a chance, a chance.
Okay, well, happy for you. So...
But if there's like two people who you could bring back, who you'd want them to bring back?
My granny.
Your granny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that.
And... You know, I always wanted to have a conversation with Robert Bratcher, so maybe him.
Okay.
Just for Island Tea, just to interview him on Island Tea.
I want to bring back Joseph. I gotta talk to Joseph.
You have some questions for Joseph?
I got some questions for Joseph, bye.
Yeah, no. How would you?
I got a feeling everybody got some questions for Joseph.
Yeah.
I feel like you know what would be amazing? You could imagine what Joseph media tour would be like if they brought him back. Like the man gonna be like on whatever that version of Oprah is.
Yeah.
He can be like on all the nightly shows. Like Joseph, so tell us, what was the thought when Mary came and said
she's pregnant by Jesus?
Well, no, she was pregnant with Jesus,
she's pregnant
by
with
God.
Jesus and also a virgin. Also a virgin. Listen, that couldn't happen now, no? Like that couldn't happen in 2022.
Like a couple girls don't try that there, but man just run them there. So.
Joey said Joseph was the first man to ever receive a jacket.
You know, man, he wouldn't be the first. He wasn't the first.
You didn't think he was the first?
Them
On record.
No, Jade.
Joseph ain't the first man on record to get a jacket?
No, Jade.
Okay, who got a jacket before Joseph on record?
All kind of people.
On record.
Jade. Well, on record in the village. I bet you the village, you know.
Yeah, but talking about what we know now.
It might be
history.
it might be the longest serving jacket.
Yeah, boy. The jacket ain't fading, no wear and tear. They try kill it, it come back.
You want to take this quick?
Sure, we have 5 minutes before we jump into something
Good morning, caller. You're live on Island Tea. What's up?
Yes, good morning. I'm sure you've heard of cryogenics, right? Where people essentially put themselves get put in a state where supposedly in the future they can be brought back to life. They're like frozen at really high or really low temperatures and that sort of thing. So it's not outrageous to think that people can come back. The thing is, you would have thought that if it was ever going to be possible, that people would come back, even if it's just to review or look at really important events that in history that has happened. And we don't see any evidence of that.
You're talking about two different things.
Who wouldn't want to be there when, for instance, to see the first landing on the moon or something like that?
But
so it seems to suggest that it's never ever going to be possible.
No, I think you're talking about time travel. So that you would have that's a different technology. Time travel is a different technology.
No, I'm not talking about time travel. I'm talking about people freezing themselves with the expectation that medical science would allow them to just come back again in the future. In the future,
right. But how do they then come back? Yeah, that's time travel.
Okay. Yes, I see what you mean. Yes. How do they then go back from the time that they were living? Yeah, that's a problem. But yeah, but when you talk about sticking on topic, though, when you raise questions like the one you raised about the age versus competence issue, isn't that fair game to raise to weigh in on?
Like I said, I understand the question in terms of recognizing that experience comes with time. But a lot of times we take the individual out of that argument, and I think more attention needs to be paid to the individual.
Yes. Because I don't think that the two are mutually exclusive. You know, it's not a zero-sum game where you have to have one or the other. I mean, both have their positives and negatives. I mean, you can't beat experience, but experience without the energy and drive of youth, I mean, and having all the ideas is useless. They just stay with you. You can't push them forward. And the fact is we can't go around repeatedly learning from mistakes and reinventing the wheel. That's inefficient. Yet at the same time, we can't keep the same moribund ideas that age people who are set in their ways have. So there has to be a balance. And I think that balance does not come at some arbitrary age, whether 18 or 25 or what. Okay? The thing is, exceptionalism always bubbles to the top. You know, there's something about great leaders that many others just don't have their smarts, right? There are not many Mandelas and Gandhis and MLKs floating around. I mean, you look at our present-day leaders. I mean, they are lackluster, okay? For them, greatness is about winning elections, not leading the countries and the people to a better place. In my opinion, our leaders do not inspire, right? They have no new exciting ideas or vision to galvanize and unite the country and our people, okay? In order to have a common purpose. You know, they're not futuristic enough, okay? And too concerned with now. We are still waiting for someone with the intellectual capacity and the exceptionalism to really lead us, right? Because for all the things you see happening in January, those are symptoms, I think, of decadence and poor leadership, right? We just need a change from the tired, worn, archaic way our current crop of leaders operate, right? When someone, whether they're young or old, come up with a vision, the people will respond positively, okay? And I think we assign too much credit to leaders generally anyway, right? Many of them don't know their elbows from their anatomy.
Gotcha.
It is about getting everyone behind them to really make the country better. That is what leadership is about.
All right.
Okay, then.
All right, man. Appreciate it. I mean, exceptionalism does always rise to the top, Jade. And I must say, whenever Mr. McMahon calls, politics also always rises to the top. Here's a gift.
You know?
Here's a gift.
Because what we're talking about, somehow.
The man have a gift.
Somehow we reach here.
The man have a gift.
Bruh.
Exceptionalism also rises to the top. And once Mr. McMahon calls, so will politics. But we have another caller quickly. Caller, we have a few minutes before we go into the next segment. Good morning. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Good morning, Azam. Yeah, again, your name, Azam. It was Mr. Bailey. Yes, Mr. Bailey, that's son, right? Who used to do the cleaning?
I mean, he cleans at home, but I don't think that's what he's known for.
No, I mean, a gentleman in here, Mr. Bailey, I think he did Matt and Lee used to do. They got a lot of cleaning banks and other places, and so, but he passed away a couple years ago. Okay.
No, my dad is alive and well.
You know? Yeah. You know, my guy was gone, right? And he coughed. You know what they say? He coughed no Richie look. And then he got this thing set up with this man from England, Professor, what they call him, a technology person, and put in computer in his box. So what she going to say? What the wife going to see? What the wife going to He don't sleep, you know? So we're talking about this dead comeback. I get a video for you, but they're going to put a chip in your head. And what happened to these people? I want to come back alive. You can't do what's your name there. What's your name? If you die, you just go to rest. Like somebody coming in, and this lady had passed. You know, maybe my age a little older. I'm a little older now because I reach up to 70-something yet. And, you know, the night somebody wanted to go to Fufu. Right across by Wisconsin area, they say, you know, we had a little burial ground below the door. And they said they went to wake her up. And this friend gave me the joke. She passed out now, too. He said, when they went, you know, I don't know how to tell people this thing. He said, Lord, put me back on tired. Let me rest. I said, imagine, your spirit attack to you, so as though you run. You forget your tool and I'm sure you went with it. I said, let me give you the last one. They used to that thing say, somebody when go take up something it wasn't their own. And when they're going with it, they put me back where you take me from. Put me back where you take me from. Y'all have a good weekend. Bye.
You
All
as
right.
well. You as well, boy.
Take care. Guys, we're going to take a short break and be right back with more Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. Stick and stay. We got a very special guest in the studio with us. See you in just a few seconds. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. It's Friday.
Indeed it is, and we're having so much fun in the studio.
Tell me about it, Jade.
Boy, our callers are something else. Boy.
But, Jade, like I was saying before we went, we have a very special guest in the studio.
Yeah, man.
Perhaps one of the most recognizable men and in the Federation right now.
Everywhere you're going to see Mully.
It's probably Dougie, Tim,
and Mully.
Pastor Connor, then Mully. Mully boy, Mully Media, right here in the studio. Morning, so how you doing?
Yeah, good morning. The volume turn up, man.
But volume up.
Okay.
Loud.
Volume.
Turn up the volume.
But yeah. But Mully, let me tell you something. Before we even continue, there's been a running question right here on Island Tea as it relates to you, actually. Mm-hmm. It's come up a few times, and now that we have you in the studio, I'm going to ask it.
As you should.
How many of you exist? Is there 3 of you, 4 of you? Because we have had the conversation here about how many Mulleys actually exist. Can I just be one place in Mully, right?
And then you go to the next place. Mully
Leave
there
Mully there. Drive straight to the next place and Mully in there taking video.
Yeah, man.
So how many of you exist?
One.
What?
Only one.
You got the rest of them hidden, man. But how you doing this morning, man?
I good, man. I good. Nice to be here on the Island Tea show.
Bye.
It's a pleasure having you, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. But Mully, I mean, there's so much to talk about when we're discussing you. I think one of the things that like people really started recognizing you for is your video work.
Yeah.
How you got into videography?
Well, I was there in my hometown, walking around in the village. And I joined him out there and he...
You big up your hometown, no? People in your hometown?
The
Yes, I.
So I joined him out there and he told me he had a camera in here and a small something. And he just put it in my hand just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tell me, go ahead and do your thing, man. That was in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the camera and I got around the village at St. Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm going to try to see what coming up with and so forth and so. I went to videotape when they were building houses and so forth, and I put something together. And then from that I started to tape a lot of things and so forth.
So some dude in the village literally give you a camera?
Yeah, because they had it just to put on.
Oh.
And they see me walking around the village, and usually I just take a walk and cool.
Yeah, your hometown.
Yeah. And then put the camera in my hand
And before this, you had no interest really in videography or anything like that. You just kind of literally fall in your lap.
Just fall in my lap, just so.
But like, hey, life, they take some mystic.
You, right?
Life, they take some mystic turn.
Around, next thing, he was one of the biggest videographers in St. Kitts.
But one of the things I must say about your particular style, and that's one of the things that I think that separate people in any profession. When you could identify somebody's particular style, right? And you have a style, I don't know to call it guerrilla, videography, whatever. You don't just go and take the things that persons might not necessarily even be thinking about capturing, right? And in a way that is very organic, very real, just as if it's almost like as if you're there.
Just the moment.
Yeah, man.
So back in 2010, you got your first camera and just started taking videos of your village. What was the next step in your career? Because now it's a career for you now.
Me right now?
Well, just after you started like taking video in the village and stuff like that, like what was the next milestone in your career?
Well, after that, I will continue doing it, but I said, me ain't going to stop there. I got to do something else. I went into music. Yeah.
Not the man I know that to you.
No, I didn't.
And we ain't talking about this year, you know. Yeah, we ain't talking about this year.
That's
Mully play music long time, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a keyboard for my Christmas, thanks to my father.
Big up, Pops.
And I just there playing tempo, bam, 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 and I just work out that I could do this. And then I started learn every day, like learn something new every day and just come up.
Well, Mully, a lot of people know you now as a vocalist, a singer, right? But a lot of people might not know that you're actually a musician and just play keyboard as well.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think Mully, you're doing like, you're offering services now, playing music as well, right?
Yeah, in funeral, wedding.
See, we didn't know that.
Mully, and Mully,
just yesterday I had a funeral to play for, and I went there and just did my thing and come.
Jade, I tell you, he got 4 of them, you know. He just say what else.
How he doing all of this?
He got, watch you. How is it that Mully is playing the keyboard in the funeral
and taping the
funeral at the same time? He got 2 of them.
We're going to get down to the bottom of this, you know.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
To the bottom of this.
And I had a funeral the day before. And the keyboardist had to left because I was to videotape the funeral. And the keyboardist had to left, and the keyboardist said, "Bye, play the last song for me." And when I jump on and the keyboard, everybody watching me like, "Hey, bye, you play keyboard too?" Everybody shocked in the funeral. Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, because trust me, a lot of us don't know that you can do all of these things. We really, literally only know you from videography. And then this year when you brought out the song, everybody was like, "Mully? What?"
But
and now to hear this is like amazing.
Yeah, multi-talented. But Mully, you of course would have started working at ZIZ at some particular time, and you know, I guess that would have also helped to develop your skills somewhat.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about Mully Media. Like, if you had, what is Mully Media?
Well, actually, before Mully Media, I started doing videos. Like I said, in 2010.
Right.
But then I got the inspiration from somebody to start a company called Mully Media. And then I went forward with that about 3 years back. And from that, Mully Media started to develop from there. So
what Mully Media was doing, is it like, is it that you do, I know you do like you said, weddings and videotape and that kind of thing. But what I realized might have been the thing, and you might be able to steer me, you know, if correct me if I'm wrong. But going out to events and starting to post up that seemed to me from the outside like one of the things that kind of blew up Mully Media itself.
Yeah.
So where that came from? 'Cause I don't even know if anybody was doing it on that level when you started doing it.
Well, inspiration come from the people show, Pinocchio, because he was doing the thing too, and I said, I was trying to help him out with some of the footage and so forth, but yeah, I just fall in love with it, and I said, let me do it too, and I just run with it.
So is it that you were going initially to these events at first to capture footage for the people show?
Yeah, for the people.
And then you just had all this extra footage and you needed somewhere to host it. Oh, okay. You see, now that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, honestly.
That make a lot of, 'cause I remember some of the early videos. I would be literally overseas and I'd feel like I'm in the Sugar Band Live. Like, The sugar band live them and thing. I used to
You
be
feel like you're in the session.
like you're in the session, Mully, in the middle of the session.
Boy, you know, most people, because you see, when most people do this type of work, they stay on the outskirts. They don't really want to be in the mix. But Mully just go in the center. You're looking up, you're looking all in the artist's face and stuff. You literally feel like you're paid to be in the session.
I think one of the things that people take for granted too is that no people like to be in front of camera and on camera.
They love to be seen.
Yeah. But I think when you first started, I don't think that was the culture.
No.
I think Mully's. I
had a lot of problems them time.
Yeah.
I remember.
Don't put the camera on me.
Not only
I
that.
ain't getting no. I get no. Mully put the camera on me.
Yeah, back then people used to be like, oh, the cameramen them come and say, you know, one thing I always like to say, think it's people, they don't like lights. They don't. Well, no, they do, but back then they didn't like camera lights. They didn't like session lights. Nothing. As soon as lights come on, they're in the corners.
Actually, it's like roaches. Oh, let's not go back down.
That's why I was trying to avoid that one. That's why I didn't say friend. I didn't want to compare Think people to roaches. You see what that one this week, so.
But anyway, but yeah, Mully, and so you took Mully Media and you built it up from like the events. When I say events, you're talking about like the sessions and the fets, you know, bands playing and stuff like that. And you also started putting some other things up on your Mully Media site.
Some other content.
Yeah.
Right now we just started a new one, Hunting Pizzas. That is a new episode that people love right now.
But I watch that episode there. Wicked.
Pizza Hunters.
How you come up with these concepts?
Pizza Hunters?
Pizza Hunters, yes, you know what?
No.
Like they're looking for the best pizza.
Ooh.
I just posted a new episode just this morning.
What was it? Oh, okay. What was the name of that one where you just be going around to all these food spots in like the different villages?
Food spot, like
Food spot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never know it was so much food in.
No,
selling in the village and whatnot.
Listen, one
Mully
thing
eat the
about
most
St.
wings
Kitts.
in St. Kitts.
Which one? Okay, so which one? What was the best wings?
All of them were good.
You're only saying that
nobody
feel bad, but everybody was good?
What happened? I'm sure we're going to have Mully, right? So Mully does be going around all over St. Kitts. Mully can't afford to get any of them and them people bad side there. Because he might need some wings. He might need some wings.
No, I get it. I get it. So what's the inspiration behind pizza spots?
With Pizza Hunters?
Yeah, Pizza Hunters, sorry.
Well, there are some small businesses that people don't know that sell pizzas and so. So we're trying to bring them to light.
Right.
So we have about 3 of them this evening. So after those 3, we're going to see who's selling pizzas in the villages.
Okay.
I didn't even know there were so many people selling pizza.
That's the whole point. And I think
that's the whole point now.
I think that's an important thing that he's doing there because these are, like you said, small businesses. Some of them doing it out in the house and stuff like that. And I mean, I know for a fact that the exposure that a show like Pizza Hunters giving them, they can't pay for that.
No, of course not. They can't place a value on the exposure at all.
So Pizza Hunter start, I decided to just go in the village and look for like four guys, and they said they were interested. So I said, I'm gonna run with it. When we did the first video and the first episode, they were never accustomed to cameras. So they just free up themselves and have to. I give them the direction and so forth, the guidelines, and they just run with it.
So even that way is also a way to develop new talent.
Yeah. Like I said, they were never accustomed to cameras and so.
Because I think I only know Minkus.
Yeah.
I don't.
Minkus even shy.
and he's a bad man.
Yeah, he's not bad. That's crazy.
He's shy.
Yeah, but it's a different platform, eh?
It is.
Yeah. But who the other guys are? Because I didn't.
One he DJ for Extortion, DJ Danger. Ken, they call him. And the other one work at Customs. He's very shy too. And he just grab the mic and feel.
Is the pizza man? Is the pizza?
So I turned to break them out. And at some point, I had to teach people to work cameras to because, me ain't going to be here forever and so forth.
You're passing on the knowledge.
Yeah, so I don't go on and teach other persons and so forth. And teach them how to work the cameras and so.
And you see,
they seem very interested.
I like that because a lot of the times people feel like they need to gatekeep their skills. Like they feel like they can't share.
Yo.
Or they feel like they shouldn't have people that...
Like they got monopoly on knowledge or something.
Yeah, and that is unfortunate. But what you're doing, I think, is very important because, as you said, you're not going to be here forever. So who's going to take up the mantle?
Yeah.
I'm happy that you're teaching people these skills because, especially with the way the world is evolving right now, these skills are very important.
Yeah.
And timely.
Yeah.
So kudos to you.
Yeah, but Mully, what you doing with these spots on your platform? Because that in it, I don't think people give you the credit that you deserve in terms of being able to build up your platform. Like, I don't know what I would be able to do to build up to have thousands of people watching me, and like every time I put something online, people come and watch me.
Yeah.
I think that in itself is something that's applauded, and you don't use it for personal gain. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I realize you really give light to a lot of, especially small businesses, and even when there's something happening in the community where you might need a little extra light.
A little extra push.
Yeah, a little extra push. You always use a platform to, and that's why I commend you for that, because it ain't something that everybody does, especially in these times.
Definitely not.
But
yeah, let's move into some music.
But Mully, you are no.
Man is a big artist.
Yeah, but we're just talking about it to say, but you really and truly just need to give the road match.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think I deserve it too. But
yeah, man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
But tell us a bit about Lagan.
Well, I was, normally be around upset quite and so forth. So we were performing by a bar, and then Gabo tell me a reading for me. And then I walk out, Lagan. Because before the band started, I said, Lagan, I used to always tape them. I said, Lagan, the Mully media. Like on the counter for the live and so forth.
Oh, so that was like a little chant.
Yeah.
And man turned it into a hit song.
With that chant and so forth.
So basically, you were there actually to videotape the band.
I was just there to videotape the band and so forth. Then man walk over by, the young guy come sing a song. Yeah, so when that chant drop, the man come in for the camera with my hand to tape me.
Yeah.
To make sure me get me thing too. But to tell you the honest truth, right? 3 years ago, I tell the soca artist them I won't come here.
I remember this actually.
Come.
And they had
and
no
when I
faith
come,
in
I
you.
go drop it and I go.
But he said, but I could do that there.
and he did. And he did.
So and they were surprised too. Mulleys come for real?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people saw this coming, man. I could almost.
No, what happened is, right, he tell them, they just didn't believe him.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Like, on their side, yeah, the people you told, I'm pretty sure they didn't see it. They didn't have no faith in you. But for us, it took us like by surprise when I heard. I said, Mully, Mully, the sing.
But guess what, Mully? You went to. I think you're basically the one who, I think, played a big part in us even having a Soca Monarch this year. Because I think you were thinking about Soca Monarch come like before even the committee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I started the hype one time.
But
until the night come.
Because I remember, Soca Monarch had been struggling a bit the last few times it was held. And even before Soca Monarch was officially announced by the Carnival Committee, but people are looking forward to Soca Monarch. Yeah?
Yep, that's a fact.
And they ain't have the guy one yet.
That is a big fact.
We were looking forward for it for you.
So tell us about that experience, because you had a little bit of a setback in terms of even making it to the finals.
Yeah, the experience was great. I thank for the opportunity to perform at the stage as well. So it was good. You find them, they show the love to me and so forth. They encourage me, and that's just about it. So
yeah, but
it was good.
Yeah, I think when the finalists were announced, and initially, was that, I think that was the biggest uproar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably the biggest uproar. The only bigger one is people still trying to figure out the Calypso show, but that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. But Mully not being there, everybody was like, no, this
What?
can't make no sense.
What?
This can't make no sense. Especially with the caliber of song that you had this year. Nah.
Yeah.
Had to be in there. But what happened? They did let him perform, right? They let him.
No.
Yeah, I perform on about 3 of the events.
Carnival events, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because and even at Soca Monarch, you did come on as a guest artist.
Mm-hmm.
How was that experience?
Good.
Being
Good.
okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Mully said he ready.
If I could have do it over, I'd do it again.
So you weren't shy coming for, because usually, remember, you're used to be behind the camera.
Yeah.
Now being on stage as a performer, like what was that experience
What
like?
that transition was like?
I feel like when Steve Walker was transforming into
To Stefan.
yeah. I feel like that.
Right.
So, like when Papa eats some
That's when I
spinach.
know Lava that take me on.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I think you're trying to give us a hint here as to what happening in life now that he's a superstar.
But you could tell us.
Get a lot of attention.
Boy, them girls flocking Mully right now.
The
Mully hot
man
here.
said that. The man said
Mully
that.
hot right
The
now.
man said that.
Mully don't study them, you know. The one you want for your song, don't study them.
But I mean, Mully, I mean, you over like it's almost like a pop star, like a local pop star, right?
Yep.
And was this like you're gonna be a one-hit wonder? You got
more in the pipeline.
Right now, I don't start to work on something.
What?
The man said,
I'm
come in.
being in the studio right now.
You're in the studio right now?
Yeah.
So what we getting, like a song, a EP, we asking for too much, what we getting?
Well, actually, my focus right now to go in culture,
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
That's what I'm thinking about. Okay, I got you.
But me going up with Lagan.
Yeah.
Going up with somebody
fresh.
The man said he got freshy
Well,
fire, boy.
Speaking of Lagan, and time running us down, so that's what we're kind of running through these points here. But speaking of Lagan, you have an upcoming event, actually.
Yeah.
And it's a follow-up to one that you had during the carnival season.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a bit about the Lagan event.
Well, it's called Valentine Edition Lagan. We're gonna feature Delo that her name was
Ideli Nappy. Yeah.
Ideli Nappy. We're gonna have Iman, Jesus Panther, Sugar Bowl, Static, Genesis, T-Bone, Polo.
Big Badman Polo.
Virgil, Mr. Hype, and the Upset Squad. It will be virtual, and that will be shown on the 13th of February.
Oh,
2022.
Okay.
I love it.
And
Valentine edition.
And where can people log on to view that?
We're going to log on again.
Okay, Mully Media.
Okay.
Mully Media.
The only way.
Listen, I love it.
We're going to log on again.
Bye, Mully Media. Share the live, eh?
You better. You're better.
And before I go, I was doing a tribute for Buski.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the tone was real good. I could have gone in every village and everybody saying, volume, Lagan.
Yeah.
Even in the ghetto, I got in the ghetto, I feel sweating. When I do in the ghetto, and I go into the alleys and so forth, and I hear, Lagan. Okay. Feel good, no buy.
Yeah.
No, you trust me, you're accepted everywhere, Mully. You're accepted everywhere. You're like money.
I got into the alley and so, but the ghetto youth and so forth. Lagan, Mully Media. And I get everything done in good thing. And I was so glad about that.
Yeah, because I mean we spoke a bit about Buski, his legacy, what he meant to us.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you guys were real close.
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys were real close. So, condolences as well. But I was really happy to see that you were able to not only just use your skills, but like you're saying, use your influence, to do something to show respect for a fallen brother.
He used to buy shop them so she the line.
But always. Hey, big up the mud shop one time too.
Yeah, big up mud shop.
But Mully, I mean, you told us what's next in terms of Mully the artist. I want to suggest something new for Mully Media. We need to go and search for the best veggie burger on the island, me buy.
Veggie?
Yeah, nobody taking care of the rest of them.
Nobody doing it for the rest of them.
Nobody taking care of the rest of them. We got to either ITAL search, the ITAL spots, or we got to do the veggie burger spot at least. So we ain't got to talk about that.
Okay then. Put that into writing.
And as I'm going to be the host, because he wants us all the items.
But watch it. And if one man could call me, It's Mully. Once Mully call me, okay, you know what time I don't call Mully, tell him, hey, but I need some picture of this, I need some video of this, boom, boom, boom. The man don't tell me, okay, give me an hour, give me. But the man like, you do this video.
He done there?
I do it before you too.
Yeah.
The man done there to you.
So anybody, if it's one man could call me, it's Mully. Don't study that.
Mully boy right there.
Oh man, but man, Mully, we appreciate you so much. Anything you wanna say to your fans, the people listening before we log out?
I wanna big up all my fans them. You know what I mean? Big up Gigi's partner. You know,
Yes,
he's listening right now. He's one of the motivators them who push men so forth. Even though I told a little
job in the song, no study that.
He don't take it time, but he know where I'm coming from. Yeah. Big up everybody. Thanks for supporting Mully Media. More work to come, more content, more videos, everything. I won't stop.
Love it. Love it, love it.
Hey man, I appreciate you big time.
Yeah, man.
And thank you for taking the time and coming to hang out with us, man. We
Definitely.
Your busy schedule.
Island
You know?
Tea.
Right?
Log on to Island Tea.
Wow, we got cut that, Jade.
I tell you.
Mully, man, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Jade, it's Friday.